Alright, guys. We get to go back to Ishgard. It's been a bit. We've been hanging out in Thanalan a lot today. But since Heaven's Ward is largely the Ishgardian expansion, with the deviation occurring right after we finish the Dragon Song War primarily, we're going to head off and see Emmerich in the Congregation of the Knights Most Holy. Most Heavenly, sorry. Hey there, Lucia. But then there are the Monetarists. I mean, the Monetarists are obviously evil, but... Greeting, Warrior of Light. What business brings you to Ishgard? I see. Wait here. I will summon Sir Emmerich. It is good to see you, my friend. 'Tis but a pity it must be under such circumstances. Had Lucia not informed me of the urgency of your suit, I would certainly have sent for some wine. But to business. I thank you for bringing these developments in Alamigo to our attention. Ishgard will of course send an envoy to attend the council in Gridania. I cannot say who will represent us, however, as the choice is not mine to make. Not mine alone, at any rate. Given the imminence of the threat, we may forego the formalities of a full assembly. But, prior to proceeding, will you permit me some time to make the necessary arrangements? I thank you. Our representative, whomever we select, will require a suitable escort. Make your preparations and inform Sir Hondeloup that he is the lead in your absence. Yes, Lord Commander. Miro, pray accompany Lucia to the Gates of Judgment and make ready to depart for Gridania. I will have our envoy join you as soon as I can. Fury speeds you on your way. Yay! An envoy for Ishgard. If you have no other business in the city, join me at the Gates of Judgment. We must be ready to depart the instant the envoy arrives. Alright, so is this going to be out in Kurthus or in the city proper? Yeah, it's going to be out in Kurthus. I don't know if this is faster, but it'll do. Off we go then. Anyway, Kryl is a reference to Final Fantasy V. I assume they picked her because Galuf Baldessian is the leader of the students of Baldessian, and she is his granddaughter in Final Fantasy V, so they probably just stuck with that. As for why Lullafell? Good question. But not a wrong choice. Growl's good. We meet again. As it happens, my counterpart in the House of Commons agreed that I should act as Ishgard's envoy. Not, I concede, that there was any real doubt. As Lord Commander of the Temple Knights, it is my duty to sanction any military cooperation. Be that as it may, I could not in good conscience make the decision alone. Not with the ink scarce dry in the Republic's Book of Statutes. I trust you understand, my friend. Alas, I must test your patience still further by making a brief stop at Camp Dragonhead. Given the trouble brewing in the Black Shroud, I would see that the garrison is ready to defend the border. Plus, they're gonna make me go to the back to Camp Dragonhead. Jeremy, what are your thoughts on the fires of war? Mir has like, oh, it's so hot. Stop! You're not allowed to run, streamer. Who are they talking to? Not me, I guess. They're not good for s'mores? You don't think so? Well, Theodulf, good fellow, if you're talking to me, hello. Take a picture of that. Anyway, the garrison commander awaits within. Why not accompany me, Mimiro? You may see a familiar face. Is it Bob Dole? Miro, old girl, how wonderful to see you. And Sir Emmerich, too. To what do I owe these unexpected pleasures? I will have mulled wine brought up from the kitchens at once, if you will excuse... Nay, do not trouble yourself, Honore. Honowa. We shall soon be on our way. Lucia, a brief summary, if you will. Yes, Lord Commander. Those villains hardly need an excuse to wage war. Bloodletting comes as naturally to as breathing to to an Imperial. And thus we shall strengthen our patrols as you suggest. We shall also be sure to communicate these developments to Lord Francel in the Observatorium. I see you have everything in hand. Carry on, Commander. Surprised to see yours truly at the helm. You and me both, old girl. I doubt I'll ever feel worthy to sit where he sat. Yet we can but play the hand we're dealt. And with a little help from the veterans, and Ottawa's ceaseless chiding, I'm sure I'll muddle through. And worry not, old girl. Off to Gridania with you. Well, at least he understands the gravity of his position and what he's got to fill. Alright, now we can go to New Gridania. Alright, off we go. Hey there, Emmerich. Diplomatic duties have brought me here on several occasions, but I find that I'm as enraptured by the Blackshot's beauty now as when I first laid eyes on it. I fear that this time, however, events shall not afford us the luxury of enjoying the splendor of the forest. An allied decision. It seems we are to have an escort to the Lotus Stand. A pleasant place to discuss unpleasant matters, is it not? Yes, of course. 'Tis like that we are the last to arrive. Let us announce ourselves, shall we? I just want to point out that what would the Gridanians do if they sent for like an envoy to Ishgard or something, and the Elementals were like, "Nope, don't like them. We're not letting them in." Like, would they be like, yeah, sorry guys, we gotta suddenly change the venue because the Elementals are like, nah, these guys are bitches, get them out of here. The envoy from Ishgard is arrived. Very good. This way, if you play... Ah, and the Leminson party as well. I had hoped to slip in unnoticed, but I see I was not the only one delayed in my arrival. Greetings, Sir Emmerich. Admiral, always a pleasure. And Miro, I trust you are well. 'Tis a day for reunions, it seems. I believe you are well acquainted with my escort? Lady Miro, I was full glad to hear from Riol that the missing scions have been found. There is much and more I would discuss with you, but let us first attend to the issue at hand, shall we? The Monetaries try entering Gridania and they're just set upon immediately by the elementals.
I bid you welcome, my friends. As you will by now be aware, the Scions of the Seventh Dawn have come into possession of certain intelligence concerning recent developments in the region of Gyr Abania. It springs, I am assured, from an unimpeachable source. Is that not so, Master Alphino?
Indeed, Elder Seedseer. Our information comes directly from a member of the Resistance's inner circle, and we have no cause to doubt its veracity.
This griffin of theirs is a fool if he thinks he can hold Baelsar's wall against the Empire. When the Imperials move to take it back, they will come in force, and the resulting fighting is all but certain to spill over into the Black Shroud.
At the Battle of Cartano, the combined might of 3 grand companies labored to contend with the remnants of but a single Imperial legion. Alone, Gridania would be hard-pressed indeed to hold back the tide, should the Garleans turn their minds from reclamation to invasion.
May I once more convey my nation's deepest regrets for our inaction in the days prior to the calamity. 'Tis a stain upon our ledger that I would fain remove. Elder Seedseer, I do hereby request leave to deploy a defensive force within the borders of Gridania. Ishgard's return to the Alliance shall be honored by more than mere ink upon parchment.
The Doman people, too, would join any effort that weakens our common foe. We are few, but our most seasoned shinobi are at your disposal.
On behalf of my people, I offer you my humble thanks. Gridania welcomes your assistance.
It is time we set our contingency plans in motion. Is the Alliance agreed? Then let us make ready for war. Victory favors the swift, and there is much to be done.
The Council knows that Alamigo will not soon be wrested from the Empire, and its decision to bolster the border's defences seems eminently practical. Why then, brother, do you scowl so?
I agree that they have chosen the wisest course available, indeed the only reasonable one. Yet something feels awry. In making ready for war, is the Alliance not granting the Griffin the very thing he desired? Any attempt to hold the wall is doomed to failure, aye. But I wonder if we have misjudged the prize for which he plays.
Hey Tripe! Welcome! Welcome. We're getting through the final bits of Heaven's Ward leading into Stormblood. Jeremy, how do you feel about the Griffin? That the Council was able to reach an accord so swiftly is heartening, the development in itself. I only hope that my misgivings prove unfounded. Ah, good. You have yet to depart. I fear I had missed you. Sir Emmerich! Master Elfino, a pleasure as always. And Mistress Alice, how wonderful to see you thus recovered. Pardon the interruption. I had hoped to thank Miro for serving as our escort before our other duties called her away. I also wish to thank our Dolmen ally. Forgive me, my lord. I was but waiting an opportune moment to join the conversation, and force a habit made me keep to the shadows. No apologies are necessary, Mr. Shigiri. I was most grateful for your interjection when I offered Ishgard's support. My nation's historic failure to heed Alliance pleas for aid is a matter of record. Even so, the Alliance leaders were plainly unprepared for my impromptu apology. The result of the air of awkwardness might have lingered longer were it not for your timely offer of cooperation, which allowed the Elder Seedseer to accept us both. I very much appreciated the gesture. I only did my duty, Sir Emmerich. The Empire is an enemy to us all, and we are grateful for the opportunity to fight at your side. Full glad are we to have you. Pray convey my regards to the Scions, my friends. We must return to Ishgard. Whatever is wrong with a simple sorry or thank you? Must these politicians always make a speech out of everything? That is how we adults speak, dear sister. Mayhap the ones who sound like the sound of their own voice. In any case, our business here is concluded. We should be on our way as well. Will you accompany us to Revenant's Toll, Yugiri? Actually, I think I shall first pay a visit to the Ishad. I'm curious to know how Papalimo and Ida fared in their talks with the Sylphs, not to mention what has been going on at Baelsar's wall. I will join you at the Rising Stones anon. I love Alisade because she is not afraid to bust Alphinaud's chops. And she does it a lot. But then again, they are siblings. And anybody who has siblings knows that they will try to bust each other's chops a lot to varying levels of success. Welcome back, Miro. I don't know about you, but I'm heartily glad that all the talking is over. I understand that these council meetings are important, but do you not find it tiresome to weigh every word before you speak it? I doubt it will ever feel at home I will ever feel at home in the realm of politics. That said, people have been known to change, and if my brother is willing to run his own errands, anything is possible. Alright, we get tenacity. Oh, we got skill speed to that one. Okay, let's do that one. Griffin on the wall. Well, as much as I enjoy the bustle of the toil, I think it's time we headed inside. My brother and the others will be along. Alphinaud is just the small bitch now. Like I said, Robon's like, thanks for the update, you small bitch. And Alphinaud's like, is this a thing now? Ah, you have returned from the council, but what of Alphinaud? Did some other matter require his attention? Oh, he died along the way, actually. Oh shit, he lived. Mine apologies, friends. I trust we have not kept you waiting over long. Greetings, everyone. Oh, Kryl, how's Nago doing? She will be alright, won't she? I don't see why not. She's sleeping at the moment. Tataru is keeping an eye on her, so we'll know soon enough if there's any change in her condition. Her wounds are healing well. With sufficient rest, I'm certain she will make a full recovery. Thank goodness for that. Now, mayhap you would share with us the council's decision? Each of the nations, Ishgard included, has committed to providing military support to Gridania. The Eorzean Alliance will soon have a significant force in the Black Shroud, ready to respond to any Imperial act of aggression. You know, I almost wish the Council would stop messing around and give the Griffin what he wants. I wouldn't like to be the Imperial caught between the Resistance and the Alliance. Ida, you cannot seriously... One does not lightly go to war with the Garlean Empire. Quite. To open hostilities without due consideration would it be to invite disaster. If only there were some way to reach the Griffin. Some means to convince him to abandon this reckless course. It may not be entirely unfeasible. There is a network of tunnels beneath Baelsar's wall, secret passages dug by the Resistance to provide a way out of Alamigo, which may actually serve as a way in. Precisely. If we are all in agreement, I would be the one to undertake the necessary negotiations. I'm familiar with the route, and the resistance is familiar with me. About as familiar as they are with me, you mean? Say what you want. I'm coming too. I have some experience in the practice of infiltration. If you would have me, my services are at your disposal. As are mine. It was far too long since I have shared a shadow with a shinobi, but I do not intend to waste the opportunity. 4 is quite sufficient for an infiltration mission. Greater numbers will only serve to increase the risk of detection. Kryl and I will direct our energies elsewhere. What of you Leveas? I will return to Isha and stand watch over the border. Should matters take a turn for the worst, it would seem wise to be on hand. Might I prevail you to come accompany me, Miro? Gridania will be safer for your presence, and while it may not seem the most thrilling duty, dear sister, might I ask that you remain at the Rising Stones to pass on messages and so on? To hold the fort, you mean? Very well, I suppose the task must fall to someone. Safe travels, all of you. I mean, wouldn't Tataru be here to hold the fort? Isn't that basically her job? Sorry, your internet came out. Good timing to come back, dudes. We got some good stuff coming up here. If you have an unfinished business in the toll, pray now, attend to it now. I would depart for Hawthorne Hut without delay. The nearby watchtower offers an unobstructed view of Baelsar's wall, and I should be interested to speak with the Alliance commanders who have installed themselves at its top. Alright guys, let's go to Hawthorne Hut. Hey, I don't think what happened this time was your internet provider's fault. From what I understand, someone vandalized your internet casing or whatnot. Ah, Mira, there you are. Come. Amariso's spire awaits. The Alliance officers on the platform should be able to apprise us of any developments on the wall. Fancy meeting the two of you here. We were about to set forth. Indeed, I was about to say, 12 watch over you, but I doubt you have need of divine protection, even if you are venturing into enemy territory. Don't worry, Alphino. We'll have the Griffin by the scruff of the neck before you know it. Do make up your mind, Ida. Nary a moment ago, you seemed ready to shake the Griffin by the hand rather than the neck, so which is it to be? It will be best to decide before we enter the negotiations. Trust me, Papalimo, I'll shake whatever needs shaken. The talking part I leave to you. I think I feel a headache coming on. Let's be on our way, shall we? Ah, some things never change. Well then, shall we make for the spire? Our Alliance friends will doubtless have news for us. Hey, 10 gauge punk. We finished off patch 3.4 and we are done with the Warriors of Darkness. They have been defeated in a manner of speaking. And yeah, we'll touch on them again later in the future. Hey there, Serpent Scout. Welcome, Warrior of Light. I assume you're here to speak with our commanding officers? You will find them on the observation platform. Pray proceed. Greetings, my friend. 'Tis good to see you both well. I was hoping you might turn up. I've joined half the watch here, see, and the sight of you might help remind him why we bothered. If memory serves, I have not seen many of you since the day of the grand melee. Having borne the brunt of your blows, may I say that what an honor it is to stand at your side. It is heartening indeed to see the realm's most stalwart defenders thus gathered in common cause. Speaking of which, what news from the wall? All has been quiet. All is no longer quiet. Report? What? 7 hellas fighting has broken out on the top of the wall. A full-scale assault. So the Griffin has made his move. Someone has. And what's that supposed to mean? The attackers, they're wearing Grand Company colors. Impossible, we gave no such order. Of course! The wall was never the Griffin's target. It was bait. We have been goaded into deploying our armies nearby, thus lending weight to this deception. If those uniforms were convincing enough to deceive my scouts, the Empire will surely think we've launched an offensive. This could mean war. Even so, this may yet be no more than a diversion. With the armies of the Alliance occupying the Empire's attention, it would be comparatively easy for the Griffin supporters to slip into Alamigo. He could then incite a rebellion amongst the populace, which the Imperial reserves would be hard-pressed to contain. Eorzea, meanwhile, would be plunged into chaos. Miro, we must make for the wall at once. Wait, just the two of you? Our companions embarked on a mission to sway the Griffin from his course, and are likely halfway to his command post by now. They will emerge in the midst of a raging battle, and I do not mean to abandon them to their fate. It will be dangerous, aye, but the confusion may work to our advantage. If we are careful to avoid the skirmishing, it may yet be possible to reach the Griffin, and if we can do that... Lady Hilda, might I ask that you have an airship ready to bear the Scions to safety? Ha! I don't know who this Lady Hilda is, Marshal, but you can count on me. We must prepare the for Imperial reprisals. May the Navigator guide us through the storm. So, we've been hearing about the war and how Alamigo was taken over 20 years ago all throughout the game, right? With the Alamigan refugees and whatnot. Well, the Griffin has devised a plot that forces the Eorzea Alliance to actually go to war with the Imperials to get the to win back Alamigo. Forward, comrades! The time has come to drive the Empire from Alamigo and force action upon those who have turned their backs to our suffering for so long. Let this victory be the first step in the liberation of our homeland. Alamigo will be free, no matter the cost. Oh good. This music is very fitting considering it's a fate. Alright, let's talk to Alpina. From what Papolimo told me, the trail ahead should lead us into the shadow of the wall. As we have two objectives, I suggest we divide our forces. I shall make straightaways for the tunnel and attempt to intercept our comrades ere they stumble into a bloodbath. While I do so, I must ask that you scale the wall. Know that I would not propose such a course if there were any other way, but the time for subtlety is past. Take a band of your most trusted companions and cut a path through the Griffin. Make him see reason, by any means necessary. Once we are free of the tunnels, we will make for your position with all due haste, and if everything proceeds according to plan, Hilda will then swoop in and spirit us away to safety. I only pray that we have enough time. Baelsar's Wall, now accessible. Alright, we're gonna take a quick break, we'll come back, and we're heading into Baelsar's Wall.